Okay, today I'm here with Joni Klein, and here at the Montrose office. And Joni's been a real estate agent here in Montrose for 30 plus years. For the last 2 years, she's been working for the Coldwell Banker office. And tell me, Joni, why it is you came to work for Coldwell Banker's Distinctive Properties a couple of years ago.
Well, when I decided to make a change a couple years ago, I had been approached by a lot of the offices in town. Somehow or another, the word got out that I was going to make a change. And so a lot of the offices contacted me and said, hey, why don't you come work for us, work with us? And I met with Keith Everett, and he talked about the CB1, CB2, CB3 packages. And at that point, I was kind of thinking something along those same lines. And that really piqued my interest.
Right.
And I talked to Nina Hunter, who at that time was a mortgage broker, but had worked for Keller Williams, and got some information from her about Keller Williams. Keller Williams was trying hard to recruit me. And I ended up meeting with Todd. We drove up to Ridgeway. I showed him the Ridgeway office because I also had an office in Ridgeway. I had one in Montrose, one in Ridgeway. And by the time we got back to town, we had a meeting of the minds, and I joined Coldwell Banker. And it's probably the best decision I've ever made.
All right, and you're here because I know you're in coaching, and that's a big thing for you. So tell me how that's going and how that's helped your business.
I'm lucky enough right now to have Todd as a coach, and Todd is a great coach. He has such a positive attitude, and he's really able to get me focused in on where I need to be focused. He listens to what I have to say, but then he'll say, okay, so what about this thing right here? And we'll figure out one thing that I need to be focused on. And it's just amazing to me how that works.
So he's made you focus on making your phone calls, I believe, right?
Yes, one of the things that I really didn't want to do was make those phone calls, because I don't like to bother people. And I hate getting phone calls because you get so many of them from so many people. And so I was really dreading those calls, but I had committed to do it. So I sat down and I started making my calls, and I was so surprised at the response that I got. People were actually really glad to hear from me. They felt like, oh, she didn't just sell me a house and walk away. Right. She actually is staying in contact with me and finding out what's going on in my life and just things, just staying in relationships. And I really enjoyed my phone calls, which I really dreaded really bad. So that was kind of an epiphany for me. So, yeah.
Well, that's great. So, and you time block for that? I mean, do you set aside a certain period of time in the day to make your phone calls? So.
Yeah, Todd made me make a schedule. I've always had a planner, a really detailed planner. I did a Franklin Covey class, all-day class one time, which I was like, if it's time management, why can't we do it in 20 minutes? Why is it going to take all day? But it was an all-day class. It was the best class I've ever taken. But now I've moved to a little different system than what I used to have, carrying around this huge bulky planner. And yeah, now I do time blocking and learned how to do that, and that's pretty life-changing too.
All right, well, I'm sure you're going to have a great year. You'll get to make lots of phone calls, and you'll just knock it out of the park this year. We love having Joni on the team. I'm working for Coldwell Banker, and she's a great asset to the company. And again, thank you, and we'll see you again on another one of these calls.
Sounds great.
All right.
It's a great decision that I made.
Thanks, Joni.